Welcome back to another episode of the Mosh Report. Thank you all for just rocking with me so far. I appreciate everything and all the support so far, all the kind words that you've been sent my way. Here's another episode. Terminator from St. Catharines released their single, My Heart Growing Wings, on July the 10th. They have said about this song, quote, "The song is for anyone fighting to figure out who they are. Your feelings are real," end quote. It's available on Bandcamp and all other streaming platforms, right? The link is in the description. It was a super busy week this week with 10 huge shows going down this week alone. Leading off this week's recap, my hometown got down on Friday, July 10th at the Rumpus Room. Charlie Weaver playing a tremendous solo show, and the local band, the Hybrid Athletes, playing their first show. It was an absolute blast. Shout out to both acts, Russ from Sauerkraut Records, and the Rumpus Room, all for putting on such a great evening. Together as One put on a show at Array Music in Toronto the same night. Enhanced Lethal Abilities from Toronto and Right to Live played alongside Lice and Casino from Montreal. Vile Summer 2 rolled into Barrie at CW Coops Friday night with Battlecry in their hometown, Whiskey Jack from Orangeville, Backbone from Kitchener-Waterloo, and Eden Will Burn all the way from Montreal, all throwing down. Hamilton had a proper folk punk night on Friday night at the Gate. The Washout, Fish Milk, and Kylie Philippa all played some acoustic folk punk. No Bail Fest happened on July 11th at the Brantford Skate Plaza. Swamp Ass, Atrophy, I Can't Remember out of Cambridge, Blemish playing in the Sunset, Back Channel from Toronto, Curdy Mouth, Constrained, and The Flesh That Hates all played alongside numerous vendors. Battle Summer 2 in Waterloo happened the same night at the Emmanuel United Church. Eden Will Burn, the Genova Project from Ottawa, Backbone, and Battlecry continued on their tour. Hilton Hardcore hosted a show at the Third Moon Brewery in Milton on July the 11th. Casino, Spirit of Vengeance, Enhanced Lethal Abilities, and Final Act all played. Lola Bar in Toronto hosted some acoustic folk punk the same night. Kevin Murphy, Shore Fox, and The Washout all played in that Toronto night. July the 12th, the Washout Summer Bangers Tour rolled into Barrie at CW Coops. Making Woman, Shore Fox, and Late Edition Tia Nova all played in support. And lastly, Vile Summer 2 concluded the same night at Array Music in Toronto. Vile Decree, Atrophy, Eden Will Burn, and Backbone all played to finish off this weekend filled with shows. There's a ton of huge shows coming this weekend. Friday, July 17th, Toronto has 3 shows happening that night alone. The Combine Summer Bash is going on at 6 p.m. Mile End, Cloned Apparition, The Screama, So Perfect, Scab, and Mace all playing. Also playing their first ever show, Cut. Band is Bands at St. Anne's Anglican Church, also in Toronto, at 6 p.m. It featured a band playing cover sets of other specific bands. It is also a fundraiser for Friends of Ruby, a Toronto-based LGBTQ organization that helps struggling youth. Also, there will be a clothing swap there as well. Promoter asks that all items be wearable. The Dance Cave presents Can't Stop What's Coming EP release at 8 p.m. the same night, same city. Afraid is celebrating the release of their EP Can't Stop What's Coming with Clockwise, Street Justice, and Doorstep Fire. Lastly, on Friday, July 17th, in St. Catharines, there's a show at Warehouse Concert Hall at 6:30. Blank, Bruiserweight, Heat, Hostile Thoughts, and Pinpoint all will be thrashing around. Saturday, July 18th, Kirsty's birthday show in Hamilton at the Doors Pub at 1 p.m. It's an all-ages show with Making Woman, The Washout, Ammonia, Andrew Crisis, and new addition in the lineup, Isaac and the Holy Guitar, all playing this folk punk show. For the 1-year anniversary of Chem Valley Promotions out of Sarnia, they're presenting 10 bands for $10. It's exactly like the title says, 10 bands, one night, $10. The all-ages show starts at 4 p.m. at the Portuguese Hall on the 18th. And in Delhi, Ontario, Saturday, July 18th, it's Metal Mayhem at Capital 33. Pot of Greed, Lover's Teeth, King Eater, and Backbone are all playing this show. It's an all-ages show, but also licensed for liquor. The show starts at 7. Finally, Sunday, July 19th is the Toronto Basement Massacre at Basement 254. The loudest and most horrific bands together in one spot. Sunnyside, Insomniac, Doorstep Fire, KOK, and Butcher are all on this lineup. It's an all-ages show, but it is liquor licensed as well. Show starts at 7:30. Thanks to everyone who allowed me to use their pictures and their photos, and I'll see everyone next week.
Brought to you by